Good morning. And welcome to our October Psychic Fair. My name is Richard. I will be your MC throughout the day, introducing the various speakers to you. And it is my pleasure to start the morning with a woman whom I have admired for a very, very long time. I think I've known her, not known like, buddies, but known as in known of her for at least 30 years. It's Miss Zan Benham, and she will be sharing with us the innate power of the Hue man. Human beings have no idea how powerful they are. So it's my pleasure to introduce Zan Benham to explain to us just exactly how powerful are we, Zan?
Well, I'm going to tell you in 15 minutes. And I'd change your life in 15 minutes. And I love all of you that move way to the back of the room when I want to ask everybody to cluster forward, but I'll pretend that there are many divine beings sitting between me and you. Yeah. So, first off, the word hu-man, that's who we are. Ancient Aramaic, hu-man. What's hu? Ever heard of hu? It's H-U. It's everywhere. It's the breath of God. And man? Man is that which is of matter world. It means mind. That which is defined as mind. So, we have, in my circles, we have problems calling people men. In all the sacred texts, it's always man. Well, we are man too. The difference is we are womb man. But we are man. We are hu-man. And maybe you know the whole story of Eden, Adam and Eve got kicked out. And the reason they got kicked out is because they decided that what their ego selves was telling them was more important than the breath of the light within them. And that's where I want to start. I want to start with you becoming aware that you are light. And if you study physics, you will find that everything, this podium, the chairs, everything is really light. And you are light. And the moment you were born, the moment that you gave forth that cry, this light came into you. Now, you think that it's up to the light to follow you and tell you what to do. And you think that it's God that's to tell you what to do. But it's not true. You got to go there. You're the one who has to decide how you want to live your life. You're given free will. And how's that going to be? Humans are incredibly powerful, and if you look at the world that we live in, if you look at the technology that we have, if you look at everything that's been put together, if you remember all those huge, magnificent buildings, you remember the fact that we can go to the moon, we can go to space, we are pretty magnificent. But we don't know it. We don't pay attention to it. Anybody else want to leave? So the first thing I'm going to ask all of you to do is to remember that you are light and that you have the light of that which creates worlds inside of you. In fact, many things that I study say the whole world is inside of us. There came along in modern times the law of attraction. You heard of the law of attraction? And it says that which we give power to, that which we give mind, breath, and emotion to. And if we hold it for 68 seconds, unequivocally, 68 seconds can be a very long time when you're trying to hold an image unequivocally. Unequivocally means with no counter force. Light has one polarity. Love has one polarity. If you have a judgment on something, you leave that love. You go out of that singular polarity. It's hard to do in this world. It's hard in this world to open up the gateway within ourselves, the gateway of love, to love without condition. We have to somehow quell our opinions, which for me is really difficult because I have many of them, seriously. I want to read you something. 15 minutes to get this to you is really hard, but I'm going to do my best, at least in some form. This is from Wayne Dyer, who passed on about 4 years ago. He says this is a universe of vibration. And that's what I'm talking about, vibration. We vibrate. We are like magnets. If we don't like something and we focus on it, guess what? It's in our face. If I don't like somebody and I try to avoid them, it is inevitable that they will sit next to me, walk right up to me. It's inevitable. And after a while, I've appreciated that I need to forgive. I need to let go. I need to allow. I need to know that everybody is in their own booty and that what they do is really none of my business because they are trying to do the best they can to survive. And all of us are. We're all doing what we know and what we've been taught. And a lot of what we've been taught is really kind of dysfunctional to live in this world. Look at the world. Okay, back. This is a universe of vibration. As Einstein once observed, nothing happens until something moves. That is, everything vibrates to a particular measurable frequency. Break the solid world down to smaller, tinier components, and you see what appears to be solid is really a dance. A dance of particles and empty space. Go to the tiniest of these quantum particles and you discover that it emanated from a source that vibrates so fast that it defies the world of beginnings and endings. This highest, fastest energy is called source energy. Source energy is what we call God or divine energy or divine power or whatever you want to call it. And I'm going to tell you that energy is light. That energy travels with light. Light is so powerful that you can't even put words to it. You just have to use it. I'll tell you how to use it in a moment. So the highest and fastest energy is called source energy, and you and everyone and everything originated in this vibration and then moved into the world of things, bodies, minds, and egos. It was in leaving of this source energy in our body minds that we took on the entire world of problems, illnesses, scarcities, and fears. One of my favorite sayings is, as you perceive, so it is. Because you perceive it so. You change that perception, it also changes. You can try this. You can try this in all kinds of ways. One of the ways is when I think about somebody, again, that I don't care for and I have opinions. And then I decide to use, I use many different ways, but are any of you familiar with the Ho'oponopono? Raise your hands. Ho'oponopono? Ho'oponopono is like a little talisman. It's like a little charm. And it's got 4 lines. And the line is, you want to give it to me, the first one? I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I love you. That little talisman does stuff outside of you that you don't even know. I'm going to say it again because I want you to remember it and use it. Use it when you dislike something. Use it when you're hurt. Use it when you've been thwarted. Use it when you have problems with Xfinity. Or use it anytime. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. I love you. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. Now, what does this have to do with your power? Your power is limited totally by your negative downsize energy. That's what blocks you. So when you're asking, perhaps, that all your needs are met, that's one of my favorite, asking for all your needs being met. What does that mean? That means that wherever you are in life, the needs that you have for shelter, food, work, friends, all my needs be met. If there's a downsize in there, if it's like, well, I don't like da-da-da, and I don't need this and that, and da-da-da, it won't happen. Anything you want, you can bring forth to you, but you got to get out of your own way. You got to give it up to what is called higher power. Higher power, I call it higher power. And guess what? Every single one of you is connected to that. Why? Because if you're alive, you still have that light inside of you. But do you use it? Do you go there? Do you allow, my favorite word, do you allow it? Allowing. I allow. I allow. I open the gateway to allowing. Now, allowing means you don't get your, what I call pragmatic ego mind, in the way of it. You don't get that in the way of it. You have to trust higher power, not you. You have to go beyond what, oh, well, I know. And you know what we do? Well, it happened. This and that happened to me, and that happened, and now you're bringing that energy forward to you and putting it in front of you, and you're creating a barrier. A barrier. How can the divine reach past the barrier? You have free will. You have free will, self-expression. You want help? I have 3 minutes or 2 minutes left. Your breath. The moment you were born, when you cried, that light came in. Your breath. And in this breath is higher power. And in this breath is your connection to higher power. Allow it. Use it. Say, well, this woman came and talked for 15 minutes about this thing, and she said I should breathe. Can you see your breath is light? When you see somebody hurt? When you see somebody, a homeless person on the street, can you just take a breath and send light? You don't know how powerful you are until you start doing that. You really don't. I got 2 minutes left now. Everything is light. When, there's a whole thing, when you ask, it is given. Knock and you shall receive. You know, a lot of people pray. They ask, they ask, they ask. They pray, they pray, they pray. Then they get up and walk outside and think, how is it going to happen? You just blocked it. You just blocked what you just did. And don't pray miserably. Pray with thanksgiving. I am so grateful for my breath, for my mind, for my body. I am so thankful for this. And may this be able to transcend and go to wherever it is you need it to go. You got to practice. We humans aren't used to doing this anymore. We were born into it. But nobody, when we were born, little baby said, oh, you are a magnificent, powerful little creature, you. You're going to be so magnificent in this world and spread your light and love everywhere. There's going to be so much love that we're going to love each other. Blah, 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 blah. Sounds very foreign. But it's possible. Love and light have one polarity. The moment you Bring in. You know, if you have light, you have no dark. If you're in a dark, dark cave and you light a little match, there's no more dark. I'm done, right? I'm asking and allowing you to give me 1 minute more. Oh, one more thing. May I say one more thing? Oh, it's last thing. When you become a victim, you lose your power. So own everything that happens to you. And whether you know that you're responsible or not, just say you're responsible, because on some level, if you see it, you recognize it, you are. Thank you. Thank you very much. My name is Reverend Zan Benham, and I'm known as Butterfly Deer Woman, and I've had some really good teachers. Blessings. Blessings to all of you.
Thank you.